Hi, my name is Kaden Marucci.
I'm Rood.
And this is our motor learning handstand project.
A little background, I'm about 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, 22 years old, and I've had very little experience prior to this.
I am 20 years old, I'm about 6 foot tall, 165, and I have very little experience, a couple times in wrestling practices throughout.
Equipment used for this was ourselves, the gym floor, and our phones to time.
We would set up in the total gym in the same spot each session. We'd warm up as necessary before each session. While one person was getting ready to go, the other person would have both phones in their hand. One phone recorded each attempt, and then one phone recorded the time for each attempt.
We started the time as soon as the active participant, their hands hit the ground and their legs lifted up, and it would end once one foot touched the ground.
We wrote down all times immediately after each attempt, and then after each session, we went back and watched every video to confirm each time on each attempt.
We had a total of 12 sessions over a 4-week period, including a retention test at the end.
We used our highest score that both of us will retain 90% of this skill.
We also predicted that both of us will perform 100% better from the first to the last practice.
Our average percentage score was 158%. Kaden's retention equals 130%. Alex's retention equals 187%.
We had an average performance improvement of 120%, with Kaden improving 134%, Alex improving 106%.
Prediction 1 was met because we both retained over 90% of this skill. Kaden's retention was 130, Alex's retention 187.
Prediction 2 was also met because we had an average performance improvement of 120%. Both of us had over 100%.
All right, so this video right here was my first attempt at trying the handstand. As you can see, I look very uncomfortable and am falling very fast.
Here's my first attempt. As you can see, we start standing up, hands up, we lunge over onto our hands, put our feet up, try to balance, and then fall.
All right, so fast forward to session 12. As you can see, I look like I'm in better control than I was during the first session. My feet were able to get higher, and I was able to maintain that position for longer than the last one.
Here's my attempt from session 12. As you can see, I get up, I get into a good posture where I can hold it much longer. My strength is much better now, and my ability to hold that position is much better.
All right, so the thing most surprising about this is the fact that our retention was the longest time we had up in the air. I think the thing here I did different is my feet were together for the most part, and I was able to control that position for longer.
So here's my attempt from the retention session. As you can see, I don't have the best balance throughout this attempt, but I'm able to keep my core strength and keep my feet up in the air and stay moving around for a while.
Here's our handstand performance chart. As you can see, we have time in seconds on the y-axis and sessions in weeks on the x-axis.
Highlighted in orange is my performance, Alex. As you can see, it's pretty steady throughout, and then we drop a little in week 7, and then we continue to rise again, and then drop a little bit in week 12. But surprisingly, after our retention week, we had a huge increase, which was our best time of the whole trial.
As you can see, my line is highlighted in blue. You can see for the first 4 weeks, I had a great increase over the first 4 sessions. Then I took a nice fall down in week 5. And then from week 5 to 8, I had a steady increase. And then from week 8 to 11, I had a steady decrease. And then into week 12, I had a little bit of an increase. Then you can see my retention score was outstanding. Both of our retention scores were absolutely just surprising.
Conclusions we drew from this were that both of our predictions were correct.
We both had amazing retention scores.
Our times were steady of increase and had steady decreases.
Kaden's average times were higher than Alex's.
We found it to be pretty surprising that our retention times were higher than any of our other attempts during other sessions.
Rationale for our results include both of us got stronger in our core, shoulders, and arms over the period of time.
This led to us having better balance and stability within our joints.
And it's like the famous quote, practice makes perfect. The more you practice anything over time, you're going to get better at it.